There is only one game in the history of video games that can make you love everything about the game. From the gunplay, to the kills, to the loot, to the success. There is no game that gives you that much thrill. But there's also not a single game that in the exact same moments that you're loving it make you want to die in a hole, have your body laid to rest, and never be disturbed again. It is literally a kick in the balls simulator. Yeah, I'm talking about Escape from Tarkov. Escape from Tarkov. The literal definition of pain without actually being in pain. There is no game like it. It is a game that for an entire year was my main game. I was addicted to it, enjoyed every single second of it, even when I was getting kicked in the balls, all the way up to the point where I finally had to say enough is enough. I was done being a masochist and destroying myself just for the hell of content. We're going to be covering a little bit about Escape from Tarkov. Now, Escape from Tarkov for me, what took over the course of one entire year during the COVID-19 shutdown. There is just so much to the game and so many different things about this game and that year that I know I'm not going to cover it all. I'll be able to cover some of the basics about how I felt about the game and some of the fun moments that we had, but I guarantee there are going to be things that I miss. But without further ado, let's go suffer together. Whoever it was, don't know where they are now. One of the first things that I remember off of Escape from Tarkov is just campers. Like, dear God, people complain about the campers in Call of Duty, but oh my God, it makes me want to throw a marshmallow at them campers. They need some s'mores over there. They are everywhere. And when they show up, they scare the shit out of you. Let's start with the guns and weapons in general. To be fair, Escape from Tarkov's wiki describes a weapon as anything that can be used to kill. So under that idea, there are too many weapons for me to even count. These weapons range from your primary weapons that you'll use more often between assault rifles, SMGs, snipers, shotguns, LMGs, even the grenade launchers, and marksman rifles. Then you have the secondaries in the pistols and revolvers. Then you get down to the special weapons of signal pistols and handheld flares, all the way to the stationary weapons that you can find in different maps, like the mounted machine guns and automatic mounted grenade launchers, all the way to the grenades that you can carry and throw, smoke grenades, flashbangs, everything like that, even stun grenades. And there's even still guns that they have in play that are planned to come in. They are in the game files. They have teased them. There's more guns in this game than frickin' Texans have in their entire house. There's that many weapons. Now, for all these weapons out there, you think, wow, there's that many? That's easy. I mean, I could collect them all and learn them all and figure out which is my favorite one. No, you can't. Because then you add in all the attachments in there, which there are more attachments there than frickin' the entire United States military has to frickin' put on their weapons. There's more in there that you can't even comprehend it. And each attachment does something different. You could have an attachment that looks the exact same as this one over here, but they do two completely different things. It's like the colors of them go from tan to black, and all of a sudden the black one does 50% more recoil reduction. It's just insane. And let alone these attachments, some attachments work with some guns, while some also don't work with other guns. So there's more combinations of how you build these guns to your specifications of what you like and what are considered meta and considered trash that literally you can't fathom every single possible combination. There's just too many. Then we come into all the different ammo types. Oh god, the ammo. There's so much. Like, literally, imagine this. You have the AK-74U, an SMG, right? Well, there's about 8 different variants of this gun. And each gun runs a different caliber of weapon. So some of them run a 5.45 caliber, while the other one runs a 7.62. Each gun runs a different caliber. There's so many different calibers to keep in mind. Not to mention there's different tier lists of those ammos. You have the worst down in like PS and War Mage ammo and whatever caliber that is, all the way up to like BP and other calibers that I can't even remember. So you could have literally a meta weapon and use the worst ammo and it becomes a shit weapon. Where you could use a shit weapon, use the best ammo, and it becomes a meta weapon. There's just no comprehending how many attachments and bullets and everything that goes into this game to make one gun become insanely good, or you could take an insanely good weapon to insanely bad. This gun that I'm using is built horrendously. I mean, I could not have built this gun worse, but I managed to put some good ammo in this gun, and I was able to do this to this guy that ended up having him come into my chat and claiming that I was hacking. And then you come into the throwables like grenades and smoke grenades and stun grenades and flashbangs. There are different types of flashes. There are different types of smokes. There are different types of grenades. Now, of course, that is realistic as there are multiple different types, but they all take into account of how you play. Some grenades are like impact grenades where as soon as they make contact with surface, they explode. And then you have other grenades out there that literally take 10 seconds for them to finally explode. Not only that, each grenade may have a different time frame of when it will actually detonate, but on top of that, you have to keep in mind that they also fragment differently. Some of them will fragment and according to the game will have like 12 pieces of shrapnel fire out, while other grenades will have like 30 of them. And not only that, damage range has to be taken into effect here. Some grenades will only have like 5 fragmentations and go 7 miles, while others will have 50 fragmentations and go 2 feet. It's insane. So not only do you have to decide what grenade fits your playstyle, you also have to understand how long it will take for it to detonate so you don't throw it and then run into it thinking it's a dud and all of a sudden you explode. Hold on, I'm gonna nade it. Stop moving.
Oh, you have tunnel vision right now? Let's go.
That might have been a bad nade. Yeah, get out of there. The grenades and all that is different. Is just too much for me to comprehend. I never could figure that out. Then you add into the smoke grenades that there are the gray smokes and green smokes, and who knows, there could be a red smoke out there anymore. The smokes also play into effect because you could have a green smoke that just makes no sense. Why is it green? I mean, it's just a smoke grenade. Then you have the gray smokes that are normal, what I would think of as smoke. Then you come from that down to the flares that they just recently added. The flares are used to call in care packages. And there's different types of care packages too. You have red, white, yellow, green flares. Pretty much the rainbow is what you're using. And you call those in, it drops a different type of care package for you. You could have a weapon care package, an armor care package, a med care package, a food care package. Like, there's so many different types of care packages out there that one flare could get you some of the best loot in the game, while the next flare that's the exact same color brings you out with shit. Also, just a quick side note, when you launch a flare, it is a bright light that shines in the sky, also alerting all the other players in the map that you have done so, and so they're gonna be hunting you for your care package. I'm not joking when I say there is so much depth to just the weapons of this game that even some of the best players like Pestily out there, even they haven't fully scratched the surface of the game. They may be the most knowledgeable about the game, but I can guarantee you there are still some combinations of weapons out there that they have yet to even figure out.
Hey, yo, you want to be friends? I take that as a no.
Remember that AK I was using earlier? Yeah, it's back. The build that I had done for it, I figured out later, was more of a semi-auto build that I did. Recoil, I was not gonna hit the broadside of a barn if I was standing in it, but put it in semi-auto? Ooh, baby! And if you think the combinations of weapons to ammo to throwables to attachment ratio was already deep, just wait till you find out about all the different clothing items. There are body armors, there are normal tactical rigs, there are tactical rigs with body armors, there are helmets, there are backpacks and different sizes of backpacks. There's even the special gamma cases that you can get. When you look at all this, there are hundreds of different helmets, hundreds of different rigs, hundreds of different body armors, hundreds of different backpacks. Each one does a different purpose. You have helmets that will stop all the way up to a freaking missile shooting at you. And then you'll have some that are like paper mache out there that won't even stop a rock coming at you. Same thing for the body armors and the tactical rigs that are body armors. You have some that are amazing and some that do nothing. Whereas the body armor tactical rigs may be bigger, but they are fucking heavy as hell. And that does play into it, your weight. I'm gonna get into that in a second. Just you wait and suffer even further. Then you have backpacks. The backpacks are one of your most valuable things, is that's what allows you to carry loot. I mean, if you do manage to get a kill or find some invaluable loot, you gotta be able to stuff it somewhere. And you've got to take into account that if you take in your smallest backpack, which is like a little 4 square, and you kill a guy that's chatted out or heavily geared is what we call it, then you can't fit all of that into that little backpack.
Dude, it's so big.
Or let alone you find some amazing loot. Some of these loots are 9 squares big and you can't even fit that amazing loot into the 4. Then one other piece of gear that you can have are the headphones. Literally these that I have on my ears right now. Each headphone does something different. You have a lot of ambient noise around the map that different headphones will get rid of a lot of that ambient noise, like birds chirping or the wind, and will actually amplify footsteps. So you can hear other players better when you have headphones on. So there's also those that you have to keep in mind. So there's a lot to it. Then on top of all the gear and weapons, there are different statistics that you have to keep in mind. Food, water, weight, stamina, energy, it all comes into play, and even your health. When it comes to weight, your character can only carry so much weight. He can carry up to a max of like 75 kilograms before he can't even move, and even then, I believe 75 kilograms is still so much weight that you fucking should be breaking your frickin' chicken legs from carrying that much. Your weight plays a part in how fast you can move and how maneuverable you are. The less weight you have on you, the faster you can move and the longer you can run. Therefore, you're more maneuverable and can take fights a lot easier. However, when you are weighing the 75 kilograms, you are moving at the speed of turtles. I mean, literally, probably a turtle could beat you in a race. That's how slow you are. And your energy drains while just walking. And you can't even move that fast. You're stopping every 5 seconds to catch your breath. Your guy is literally making the sound of desperation to even get a little bit of air into him.
Oh, I forgot how to breathe. Don't know how to breathe.
That you're making so much noise that then guy on the other side of the map hears an elephant walking and comes hunting you down with his freaking pistol because you're so easy to kill. Then we get into food and water. All of this is important because if you don't have food in you, your energy and stamina doesn't regen and you start dying. If you run out of hydration, you slowly start dying. Then on top of that, there's bleeding effects and stun effects that you have to take in mind. That literally you could get shot or touch a barbed wire fence and you start bleeding. You have light bleeds and heavy bleeds, which slowly decrease your health. Heavy bleeds, if you don't stop within the first 5 seconds, you're practically a goner.
Tis but a scratch.
Then you have freaking dizzying effects. You can get shot in the head, and if it ricochets off your head, your vision goes blurry, and you have to deal with that. Then on top of that, you can lose limbs. Basically, you have this little character in the top left-hand corner that has different flashy colors that if it goes black, it means you've lost it, and it no longer does what it's supposed to do. And the only way to repair it is to either exfil successfully and pay to have it healed, or you do surgery in the raid to get it fixed.
When I'm able to properly call myself a human again instead of a chicken nugget.
Which brings into the statistics of each individual item of body. Your head basically is your head. You lose that, you're dead. I mean, unless you're a zombie. Then on top of that, you have your arms, which is how accurate you are, how much sway you have. So if you lose an arm, you become way more of a spray and pray type of character. You can't aim as well. You're swaying all over the place. Your chest is like your vital organs. So again, kind of like your head. You lose that, you're practically a goner. Your stomach is where all your food and water is retained, so you lose that, and then your food and water goes down faster, plus your guy is constantly coughing, which then makes you a loud motherfucker that anybody in the map can hear and chase you down. And then you have your legs. If you lose your legs, you become Lieutenant Dan.
But you ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan.
You can't run, you hobble around, and honestly, you could break a limb. Yes, there are breaking limbs in this. Your arms or your legs can break, and therefore when you run, you do damage to yourself, and the only way to fix that is with a splint. I mean, just the stats and healing side alone also brings a layer of just intensity and difficulty into this game that even I can't even fully explain it all. Now that I've scratched the surface of this game, which, again, what I just explained is literally the surface. It is not even an inch of that surface. There's still so much about Tarkov that makes this so in-depth and whatnot that like I said, even I can't completely explain everything to you guys and allow you to fully understand how this game works. Even I don't understand it. This tale goes a little bit deeper. The reason I wanted to do this tale is because it took an entire year of my life. It was over the course of the entire COVID pandemic when I had lost my job and was living off of unemployment. It was me, Raid, and a good friend of mine, Rabid, that practically played this game non-stop. It was almost every single day we were on playing this game for 6 to 10 hours every day. Let's be honest. That brought so much fun and pain into our lives that it's memories that are forever in videos of me raging.
So
I'm grabbing Jayward's.
frickin' aggravating!
I'm in a bush.
These
You can
guys
see
do
it.
not
I'm in a
help
bush.
each
You can
other!
pop it.
Let's take a look at exactly why I'm a little pissed off in this clip.
I'm being shot.
On your left.
He did not hop, he did not hop, did not hop, did not hop, did not hop.
I can't see him.
Raid said he can't see the guy. From the building that he is perched up on, you could actually see this guy's top of the head. That's what's interesting about this.
Where are you, Jayward?
I'm in a bush, I'm in a bush. Anything you see outside a bush, kill it. I'm being shot, I'm being shot.
We don't see him.
I'm about dead. He's on the fence, in the corner.
Getting it? That was not my nade. That second one was not my nade.
I'm flashed a little bit, that was a flash. That was
I
an
can't see
8.
him, guys.
I'm popping a PK.
I'm right below you. Wait, I'm right by this generator.
I
right
see
up
you, I
front.
see you, I see you. I just can't see him.
He's
Right
in a
in that
bush.
corner before the hop over.
This isn't mentioned till after I had died, but Rabid was, according to what they said, was about 5 feet to my left. And the guy that was shooting me is about 7 feet in front of me of where I'm facing. Do you see the correlation of why I didn't get any help?
I
Okay,
hear
I got
someone
an idea.
breathing heavy.
That's me.
All right.
I'm missing two. I popped a PK, but I'm down. I'm almost dead. I'm about dead, guys. I need ya. I'm dead.
Hey, I need help. I
in
need.
the bush.
When they
I
need
use
help,
the
get
bush.
over there right now. If I'm not there in 5 seconds, they're
J-Ray,
throwing
I
a
got
fit
your
at me.
gun.
He's standing right next to me. I'm begging for help, and I'm like, dude, please help, please help, please help, please help. And
Yeah,
they don't
you
help
run
me.
into me?
And they're like,
Yeah,
dude,
that's
there's
what-
nothing we could have done. They are so fucking hypocrites. Now, one thing that you guys should know about me when it comes to games based in RNG, and for those of you guys that don't know, RNG is random. Basically, it is a complete opportunity, complete random chance that you find an item. Everything you loot, every person you run into, how strong and good the enemies are. It's all random of what you get into. Kind of just, you roll the dice and whatever you get, you get. And for me, RNG and I are like mortal enemies. I want good shit, but RNG says fuck you and sends me the worst possible shit. I mean, Raid to this day still jokes about it. It's so bad that Raid will tell me in Discord messages before hopping on that, hey, I have had an amazing day. I've gotten this amount of money. I've gotten some shit amount of gear. Like, it is insane. The very first raid that I join him in, everything disappears. The loot dries up. We go against people that are carrying the most strongest gear and the best weapons, and the scavs slash AI are so godlike that they'll one-tap you from across the map through 7 walls. Me and RNG are enemies. This is why Tarkov for me was literally a kick in the balls simulator, even though I just did a punching motion. This game was so much fun when I had success, but when I had those days of RNG kicking me in the balls, boy, was it bad.
I'm coming over. They're over here. Right here.
Oh, thank you.
Just wait up for me right out there.
NANI?!
Where?
Oh, that's a fucking scav?
Holy Jesus, Sage.
I thought rabbits started shooting at me for no reason. Now, when you're playing with friends, you can have up to a squad of 5 people at a time. And unlike Call of Duty, where your teammates have a nice little bubble above their head saying their name so you know which one is your teammates, in Tarkov, there's nothing like that. There's no compass. There's no mini-map. There's no awareness of who your teammates are. It completely comes down to your communications.
Yes, right side. Yep. He could be moving up, so use your ears, J-Ray.
Zaps, you said he didn't have a bag on, right?
Didn't, well, he,
When you guys are playing with 4 or 5 people, there is such a thing as too much talking, especially in this game, because you have moments like this where you hear something, but you're not sure if you heard something because it was so quiet that you start to dismiss it, but then it ends up being real. So the next time you experience that and everyone's talking, you end up getting a little pissed off.
he dropped, I
Comms!
think he dropped the bag
Comms!
before he-
Comms! If you do not communicate correctly, it can lead to you killing your teammates. And keep this in mind, if you die, you lose everything. Kind of like the DMZ that Call of Duty just came out with. Only unlike DMZ, you lose this shit, it hurts you a lot. Because most of these kits cost millions of rubles in-game money to build, and when you lose that, you lose all that money, all that time and investment in a matter of seconds. And unlike DMZ, what you just got and lost takes a lot longer to get back and recover from than in DMZ. So team killing means a lot more in this game because you have just fucked your teammates over. And let me be honest, Raid is the master of team killing. In all my time playing Tarkov, I team killed 4 total times. Yes, Raid, I know you're watching. I've only done it 4 times. I have shot at my teammates multiple times, but I've actually only killed people 4 times because I'm very quick to realize I've fucked up and stop shooting. I'm one of those guys that would rather die than shoot and kill my teammates, so I tend to die before I actually get a shot off. But Raid, however, can have the most clear-cut communications of where you are and still one-tap you to the dome. There's one situation that is still echoes in my brain like it was yesterday, Me and a group of 4 of us, Raid was included in that, were running through Tarkov. And I was struggling, so these guys were helping me with a couple of tasks and get some gear. We came towards the exfil. They wanted to still go get some loot, so they told me to go exfil. So I start running towards the exfil. Now, there were about 2 or 3 scav/AI in that area that I needed to clear out. However, Raid was shooting at them. I wasn't running the best of gear, so I did look like a scav to him. However, the other 2 or 3 guys we were with all said, including myself, said, I'm headed to the exfil. The specific exfil Raid was looking at. We all said it. And as I'm running to the exfil, my lights go out, it goes dark, and I am dead. Raid had shot my ass. So keep this in mind when playing with teammates. Not just by yourself, with teammates. Your teammates, communications mean everything. If you do not communicate clearly and concise where you are and what you are doing, unlike Raid, you're gonna get your ass shot. So make sure you're communicating.
That's where are you?
Under you on the shore. You guys are running above me.
I've got the dual audio bug.
Are you along the wall or no?
I'm being shot.
Here's where communications can get really hectic. I was told that Raid was behind me further down the track, sniping across the river. Zaps and Rabid were in front of me about 15 feet near those trees. And so I was told that we were clear, so I ran up to this train area only to start getting shot at. So we are all under the impression I'm getting shot at across the river. Except for one thing.
Not us, not us, not us. I can't see that. Raid, that's close to you, Raid.
I see your body. I'm
I'm not
down along
dead.
the wall.
Sage, there's a guy above us shooting January.
Where? Left side?
My legs are gone. Help me!
I'm looking
I'm
for him. I
looking,
don't
I'm
see
looking,
him.
looking.
All I hear is suppress. I can't see him.
He's on me. On me.
Who's shooting? Who's shooting?
I'm dead.
He's dead. Oh my god. Raid, you wouldn't tell me where you were. I was looking at this dude for 15 seconds, bro.
Now, like I said, there's a lot to Tarkov that I could cover, but honestly, I'm not the person that could really do it. I just wanted to talk a little bit about my times and a little bit about Tarkov. Tarkov, to me, is a game I probably will play again, but it's not a high chance. However, the memories that I made there were just nothing short of fun. Me and Raid, like I said, we met in the esports team, and we kept that friendship afterwards, but overall, I would say our true friendship that we have today solidified over Tarkov. Playing this game day in and day out, it's just so much fun and so much pain. I met a lot of amazing people over my time. I have joined multiple different Discord servers full of people that are playing Tarkov, met a lot of different great people. Some of them were also streamers like me about my size that I would play with, and we played all the freaking time. Let's be honest, the jokes we made with each other is kind of why my content is so 18 and older to this day. I mean, I had jokes like this going on.
That says Puma.
Oh, put my dick in your mouth?
Ha ha ha.
Ultimately, though, there's not a lot that I really could say about Tarkov. Most of the things that I could say about Tarkov is more just gameplay aspects, from, like I was talking about the guns and gear earlier, all the way into the deep dive situations of each individual map. But again, there's so much stuff over the course of that year that we played that a lot of it I just missed. And yes, there's a lot of different content. You can go just to the YouTube channel and the playlist and see probably 30 different hours of it, and then over on my Twitch channel there are probably 30 different clips of me playing Tarkov. A lot of these situations I've forgotten. I only really remember some of the most memorable ones, like the TK raid had on me and, you know, the rage moments that I had that I've shown. Tarkov to me will always have a place in my heart. It is just like Fortnite, an amazing game when I was playing it, but it was time for me to move on and find something different. No longer allowing myself to just keep suffering and stabbing myself and putting myself through the pain just because people in my chat enjoyed it. But like I said, the highs of Tarkov were amazing. especially when you found the graphics cards.
What would you find?
Nobody panic! Nobody panic! This is not a drill! Everybody remain fucking calm! Okay? Yeah! Everybody stay absolutely fucking calm! Nobody even fucking move! No, I want everybody to remain absolutely fucking calm. Nobody's about to panic. Nobody's gonna freak out. We're all getting out of here alive. Graphics cards were one of the more rare items in the game and worth a lot. I mean, just one of these was about 1.6 million rubles in-game money. That alone, just one of those was enough to fuel just a basic ass gear, at least maybe a full like body armor setup or a good gun setup. You were looking good if you found one of those. So finding those, your heart started racing because you now needed to get it out, because there was an aspect of the game called Found and Raid where you could only sell certain items if they were found and raid, which means you had to exfil alive with those. So the pressure was on when you found a graphics card. I've rambled on long enough about Tarkov. I mean, this game, again, a lot of fun when you had your highs, and very, very mentally painful. It was literally like being stabbed in the heart when you had those lows. It was more about the memories and the content and the people that I met along the way that made Tarkov so memorable, especially during a time when everything was shut down and the only thing that you could do was play video games with buds. If you guys did enjoy this Tale of the Phoenix, make sure that you guys leave a like and subscribe. Also, there are other ideas that I have for tales that I'd like to get out. So if you guys do hit that like button and comment down below what you guys would like to hear from, it helps me know what tales you want to hear, and also allows me to make sure that I'm getting out the best content for you guys. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next story. Have a good one.